start up. I believe the draft actually had happened before, so we're going to go kind of in a blind pick, insta-lock style, if I heard that right.
Yep.
And yeah, when everyone is sitting down, of course they have come off the stage back there, and then they'll get down to their seats, get all acclimated, and then we'll just have a game for you guys. And that sounds like a good way to start off a tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be great. They're definitely you're going to see some bans for Ocelot as well as Wicked. They probably won't have the Aurelia in this game. We won't know what ones they specifically banned out, but if Wicked gets Aurelia, that's pretty scary for them.
Yeah.
He has an amazing top lane.
Yeah, if you don't see Kog'Maw, Aurelia, and Cassiopeia, they were probably banned.
Yeah, definitely. Candy Panda, obviously the AD carry, Xpeke, going to be going against Ocelot in middle, so we'll see what he chooses as his AD. Xuche, obviously, that off AP / carry, and we'll have to see what he does. We're seeing if the teams are ready. Most likely milling about in the back and discussing this final match as they just had their interviews with Joe and really getting themselves ready.
Yeah, and the interviews, yeah, I mean, it kind of goes both ways. I really don't know who's going to win this one necessarily. These two teams have been trading games forever. These have been, two of the big mainstays. Fnatic does see that they are ready, but these two teams have been kind of the mainstays of the scene for so very long. Fnatic going to be blue team in this game. SK going to be purple, spawning in the top right. That's going to be awesome. And, yeah, Fnatic is ready. SK question mark comes out. We see them looking back and forth, smiling. And that is Lamia right there in front. Melissa next to him. Xuche in the middle. And then Pekka and Cyanide towards the back. Let's see what they end up doing with this. Cyanide says def win for Fnatic in 5. Probably not the case. I think that would be a very unexciting finals. Stupid says Candy is MIA, so apparently SK are missing their ranged AD carry player. So hopefully he can find his way to his seat and sit on down. That seems rather useful because he's careful. He might randomly gank, question mark. I would actually like to see that on the camera. Just suddenly Candy Panda shows up and just like spits green stuff from across the map. I think that'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, the headsets are off. Players are talking to each other right now. Just making sure they're ready to go. Lost his panda hat. Savage Gatsby. That's actually probably an option.
Snoopy in the background there. There's Wicked standing to his right.
Yeah. And over there you see Ocelot, I think, right behind him. One of the admins milling back and forth. And yeah, it's a possibility, says Snoopy. What is going on with these guys? Candy Panda, if you can hear me, get back to your seat. You're holding up a tournament, dude.
Candy Panda getting lost here at Comic-Con, so intensely big and just so many people. He probably got scooped up. So adorable with that panda hat on. Somebody just ran off with him thinking it was a free prize.
I wouldn't mind winning a Candy Panda.
No, I wouldn't either.
It would be made full of candy.
It would, and it'd be a panda. And who doesn't like pandas?
That's true.
Had all these things just mashed up into one. And then League of Legends, so it's going to be an amazing weekend here. We're about to finalize this game. Oh, wait, I think the hat was stolen. Oh.
We'll see what the situation is. Yeah, so Urgot being grabbed. Cyanide going to be playing Lee Sin. We see Candy Panda on Caitlyn, and it's going to be go time in the very, very near future. Cassidy being grabbed, so we're seeing, not Cassidy, sorry, but Karthus being grabbed. So we're seeing that mage show back up again, but Xuche on Gragas, not a surprise, of course. Warwick jungle, haven't seen that very often. We saw that once from Curse. We saw that from Lapaka. Wicked, though, on Nasus. It's a new one, actually. I've not seen him play him yet.
We'll have to see. He is a top lane-oriented guy. We'll have to see how he pulls this one off. It's going to be a very nice initiation attack here if Nif can get on a dazzle into a Warwick ulti and then Caitlyn trap, something to that such. And you have the on-point Ocelot ulti as well in that cone area, so he can slow if you're turned. He will stun you if you're facing him. A pretty good team, though. A lot of displacement and movement, actually, on the other team. You got Gragas ulti, Urgot ulti as well. You're going to be stuck in that. Yep, Lee Sin ult to kick away. Wow, at four of their members on Fnatic pushes away the team.
Okay. So, by the way, yeah, guys, the convention does close at 5. If the game goes long, if it goes longer than 5, then everyone, unfortunately, will have to get out. But we will, I believe, finish out the tournament back here. You can hopefully stand right outside the doors and hear over the loudspeakers, maybe. So as much as I hope for a 3-game series, I kind of don't hope for a 3-game series. Because I would hate for you guys to miss out on the last game.
For sure.
I would hate to be like, oh, game 1, hour long. All right, champion select, and you're gone. That would be rather unfortunate. But we are going to be here pretty much throughout clothing. We have an hour and a half. Hopefully that will be enough for you guys. Cyanide, blue teams, SK, purple team. We got this 1 minute delay remaining. We can see the players getting ready into their load screens. So, if you would like Team Fnatic take this one home for their countries. Fnatic, the blue team, if you want them to take this one over, let me hear you guys cheer in the audience.
Pretty good.
All right. And if you typos in verbal chat. If you guys are SK Gaming fans, want them to take this one home for their respective countries, let me hear you guys cheer for SK. Actually, less SK fans.
Wow, Fnatic, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see Fnatic coming out here. Can SK pull this one out and prove them wrong? We do see that they're in game as the delay continues to roll on here. We are going to be jumping into that one and see if it's going to be an early jungle invasion or if they choose to stay back and continue to start the laning phase right away.
Indeed, the last 12 seconds come on through. Let's see, try to figure out what exactly it is they're going to try to do to win this game. Well, the bottom lane, I think, is actually really good for Urgot Janna. They have the ability to deal so much damage at once. Every one of Janna's abilities, save her ultimate, will actually deal damage in some form, whether it's raising the AD of her teammate or herself, or dealing damage with that tornado or the Zephyr. They can really burst down onto that Caitlyn. Now, Caitlyn's pretty safe, but you better be good at dodging those blasts from Urgot, because once he lands that E, you're guaranteed to take a couple hundred damage right there. Those Q's going to home in and pretty much crush your health bar, so good luck with that one.
Nice, sporting the Riot K9.
Mm-hmm.
K9 Nasus. Don't be sure to pick up and meet any of the Riot members hanging out around IEM. You can get a free Nasus skin, Riot K9 Nasus, as well as the champion. They both come together. So if you have not checked out some of the Riot employees, they're usually over to the right side of the stage if you're facing the stage. You can grab those cards up. Free skins for everyone. And looks like we are going to be starting this game, following Xpeke around a little bit. There's Ocelot in middle. Looks like they will just go for a regular kind of laning phase / defense of jungle invasion here.
Yes, indeed. And we see Pekka milling back and forth, kind of staying in the brush, wants to be safe, but SK looks kind of aggressive. I mean, I guess Nocturne's watching top, Warg's watching mid, but I mean, Kate Turk buddying up could be really scary, actually. So they're going to want to be a little bit careful about how this pans out.
CV's going down. They are able to see Ocelot there. Got a little bit of a waylaced. Is that it?
Waylaced.
Lay waste in the Toyn Cost. And very nice job there. They're able to get a little bit of damage down and know some vision, so they're not really worried about too much of an invasion. You still have Shushay up top to guard that if they come around the backside of the blue buff. But nothing going down. Almost a minute and 30 here is when your minions are about to spawn. And we are going to get that underway. A minute 55. We will see the buffs come up around the map. And it's going to be underway for all lanes. Shushay most likely going top. He's going to quickly leash for Cyanide there as he gets Wolves first and then moves himself up.
Yeah, so Cyanide going to be the Lee Sin jungle for Fnatic. He's definitely been a very big force for their wins here in this game. You see a lot of harass coming on here. Shushay helping out his teammate quite a bit. Cyanide going to go ahead and take down, get some nice gold and experience from that. Shushay not going to do much, but kind of watch, make sure no one ganks him. Looks like he's going to be safe, and he's going to throw that Q out and help him get the blue buff as well. So how nice of Shushay helping out his teammates. Hits once, Pharaoh goes out, looking good.
And Fnatic also doing the same thing that Cypher did, or maybe the Cypher same thing Fnatic does. And they're taking those bottom golems for the bottom AD support lane. It's taking a little bit longer. Oh no, it's respawning. They may lose some minion experience on this one, but it's not going to be too much. They'll be able to get back in lane, just a little bit troublesome there. And it looks like they're going to be against that Taric Caitlyn, such a dangerous lane.
Yep, they missed out on 2 minions, but they're going to get this third one here. The gold difference, 8. So, I mean, 16 gold advantage because of that. A little bit of experience as well. Golems are a nice bit of XP, so ultimately an advantage there for Fnatic by doing this. Let's see what else they can do here. Lamia, level 1 right now, has a Meki Pendant, so he's really going to want to spam quite a bit here. He's also good at trading fights, by the way, because of that passive. Going to lower the damage output of whatever he hits. Going to be rather powerful here.
The Karthus pushing a little bit up mid here. They're both trading some damage with the poison onto Xpeke. Starting to tick down. Ocelot getting hit by a few lay wastes. We do see that Snoopy is at his wraiths. Looking for Lee Sin. He's going to start creeping down bottom. He does have the blue buff, and this is going to be quite an early level 3 gank here. He could Q right into that trap. Will he be able to? They're going to go in. They see that trap. They are going to shield to Janna. Can he get his Q off? All the way into the turret range. Nif taking a lot of damage. Beautiful dazzle, but it was just outside of the turret range. Luckily for Cyanide, stays alive, and nothing comes from the first gank of the game here at 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Nami made an interesting choice there, too. He went shield at level 2. When his shield is up, it makes his attacks and his Q slow the targets he hits, and that means that he was able to go and walk up and try to land these slows onto Nif. Now, Nif made a good move as Lee Sin was jumping to him with with the resonating strike there. He actually flashed back to the turret, pulled him in, and then immediately stunned Lee Sin, but Cyanide had walked just out of range in time to not drop down. He managed to knock out of that turret there. It was kind of close, and you see barrels coming out from Shushay doing a good job of harassing Wicked, getting him a little bit low on health, but he hasn't used a potion yet, so he's probably fine. Ocelot, meanwhile, actually choked through 2 potions. P.E.K.K.A. actually hasn't even lost one yet. I'm surprised. Cassiopeia normally seems to win that lane. Just in general, seems to be such a strong, highly beloved pick there. But P.E.K.K.A., there we go, does take that Q to the face right there. Wants to be a little bit careful. Then getting harassed a little bit here. Candy Pan, of course, getting a lot of health back thanks to Nif's heals. That shield doing its part as well.
Like we do see a little bit of movement from Snoopy here. He's got double buff on. Coming up on top of Shushay. They may be able to get him here. Shushay has 2 escape mechanisms. He can do the body slam, and then he can flash if he requires. But he's got to make sure that body slam does not hit any units on the way out, or is going to stop him right there. And here we go, coming in. He gets the wither down on him. That's going to reduce his damage. He has flashed already. He made sure that flash puts him in front, and he may go for the body slam. Actually, he's going to save that. Not even need to use it. No, he didn't. You're right.
3 mana short. And yeah, he somehow managed to live, of course. No stuns. Snoopy not able to do too much with the lizard buff. And Shushay made it out just barely, but now I think he's learned his lesson to say, hey, I should probably make sure I have mana for body slam, because Warwick kind of wants me. And Shushay not learning his lesson might get caught out again. Snoopy, oh, Shushay, there's the wither. Body slam should go off, and he will try to get out of range. Will do so, but still taking some damage from Snoopy's red buff. If I were Shushay, I'd really consider recalling and getting some boots, because he's not in a wonderful place right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. Looks like, again, Cyanide trying to come bottom. He's going to creep with this turret, or creep with this minion wave. They just need to get those minions a little bit farther up, and it will not work for him. He will be seen going into that bush. Janna's going to steal that trap. Very well played, and the knowledge of what's going on in the lane. You can see right there, actually, Melisande standing on a ward from SK, so they will not be able to make this gank happen. Melisande taking a lot of damage still in the fights, too.
Yeah, Melisande was kind of baiting out Candy Panda. He knew that Lamia could win the fight against him, especially with that shield slow on. Landy actually still hasn't ranked E because he's still level 3, actually. About to hit level 4 off this minion. Should rank E off of that. There it is. Noxian Corrosive Charge. Getting that damage output. So Shushay, level 5 against Wicked's Nasus. Wicked definitely playing very well here, getting a lot of damage output done. Still has not used a potion. Shushay has used all 3, but he's last hitting pretty successfully. 32 to 32, but Wicked now to his turret, ready to spam out and get that Q charged up. And yeah, right now you look at the gold totals, and SK is pretty happy with this, actually. They've got their waves a little bit pushed towards them, so they have more minions to choose from, and they're equal on gold, which means they're probably going to build an advantage here. Wicked staying in the lane as Shushay recalls. He is level 6. He's moving towards mid. I think they're going to go for a dragon attempt. Shushay hits 6, they get that Gragas Barrel, they're like, yeah, that's all we need for Dragon, let's do this.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. You can see that SK is pinging a lot in the river right there, and not too much even going on in that area. Maybe they want to place a ward there. We are going to see Snoopy head towards that direction, and he in fact does have a ward. Yes, he is warding that Wraith camp, and it's a very nice job because they know here it's about 6-7 minutes that Dragon has spawned, and that ward he just placed by Wraiths is really going to help the team to notice if they are moving for that.
I think they know that Warwick's here because Urgot's coming into the jungle. He's only level 4, which is a little bit unsafe. Cyanide 5, just barely Warwick. Moving back out there, but Shushay could find him. He's a little bit afraid of Asa. He's level 7, and by the way, has not ranked Miasma yet. 2 in Q, 4 in E. I don't know if that's a mistake, or if that's just like he really doesn't need that ability yet. But Shushay has taken over mid lane, and actually they sent Karthus top, so interesting. I think they really want to use Shushay to sort of just spam out these lanes, harass a lot, pops his ult down, which means he's going to go take blue. He's going to be happy for him. He's going to let that go over to there, and he's going to be fine here. Now, I'm curious to see what P.E.K.K.A.'s build's going to be, because he's not going to get blue this game, because they're going to give it to Shushay. And that means he might go, I mean, he's going Catalyst, so it looks like a lot of ages on Karthus, so he'll be jumping into those fights and being really, really disruptive there. And that might work very, very well for them. You figure, you know, if he can get in the front and sort of take some of the damage, he pulls one towards him, and then they kind of just like misposition everyone. They have the Urgot ult, etc., etc. That might be the sort of Fnatic strategy, is separate the team. Karthus doesn't really die in 2v5s, and they can clean up from there. That might be the strat, but who knows? Wicked might be too powerful. If he gets pulled in, it might not matter. Warwick the same way. See if that pans out for him.
Head back to mid and see what they are doing. Shushei and Ocelot just kind of traded off. Shushei doing a very good job of keeping all those minions, bam, right there at like just one tick of health or one ability. Always getting that creep farm up. He does have 48 right now. Cass was in mid alone, and it was a little bit harder against Nasus